look at this 1950s ratchet I found on Facebook Market. So I decided I'm going to restore it and see how that works out for me. So I put it in this rust remover and took it in there. Now this is day 2 of getting it out and started the cleaning process, and here I am now taking it apart. Now these screws right here were in there really good. I had to like soak it down with WD-40 a few times, and here's me finally getting off the other one. Boy, that was just horrific. Now here's me taking it apart and pushing the inner inside out of it. And that little ball right there just fell. I didn't know that came part of that for a long while when I saw it laying there on the ground. I was wondering where did that come from. So I was trying to put it back together at one point just to see how it operates. But nevertheless, I decided just to forget about it and put the rest of the parts inside this rust remover and get it cleaned up and get it started. So I went over to my mom's house and I decided to get my rotary tool out and get my little tiny wire brushes out and start wire brushing the hell out of all this metal that I have that's been sitting probably for the last 40-30 years. Who knows how long it was. So I took it apart and started getting all the rust off of it, getting it where it's nothing but bare metal and chrome kind of looking. And there it is with that. Part of that was one of the screws. See, there's all the parts and pieces I took apart. And now I'm going to dunk it in WD-40 to, try to keep it from rusting. And let it sit there for a good few days. Get the rust out of it and make sure it don't come back. So it'll be me having to sand it down and stuff too. And now I'm going to put this socket wrench back in there. It's pretty interesting how this tool right here didn't have rust holes on it on anywhere on it. I was actually pleased with that, so that's why I wanted to restore it, because it's easier just to restore something that's just not rusted all the way. But a lot of people I see on the restoration videos do so. Now here I am making a punch for this itty bitty little thing. It's inside of that wrench, so I had to hold it with my I guess that pliers there in the hammer. So I started beating that out. And then after I got done with that, I flattened that back out because I bent it a little bit. But you can't tell it, but I could. See, there's that piece right there I was talking about I had to beat out so I can sand down the rest of it. But I've realized that, maybe I could just try something new and maybe I could, make another one of that little pin thing. So I started grinding and cutting away, shearing, all kinds of stuff. See, here's me right now, cutting up with the saw. The reason why I was using my hand saw, because my neighbor is a little bitch. He whines about every sound I make upstairs. So the next day I got up, I went to my mother's house, brought my drill press. Boy, that didn't work out very well either. I got people complaining about that too. But anyways, I was trying to make a little tiny hole, but that was a complete failure because it wouldn't stay straight. Somehow I didn't make the hole straight enough and it looked awful. So I gave up on that and went back to my apartment, put all my tools back up that I didn't need, and I came back to the apartment and started doing some bluing to put all around the inside of this ratchet, because I've always heard that bluing actually protects the metal in there, keeps it from rusting. And now it was time for polishing, and this was like several weeks later, since I was getting really kind of fed up with restoring it. So I quickly decided to put it all back, polish everything all up and try to get it looking nice again. And, try to enjoy what time I have left of doing this. And here's that other pin I decided I was going to make, so I could make it for the switch to make it go right and left. So I had to file that down and sand it down to get it to be level where I could stick it down in that pinhole. And see, there I am right now, just sanding it down. And here is the gears. I'm putting gear grease on it and getting it to where I could reassemble it. See, there's that pin right there that I couldn't make. That's color red. So I colored it red so y'all could see it and see me putting it back together. and I'm putting it back together right now. See, there's where the gear goes, and here is the cover I'm getting ready to pull out next, and put the cover back on. I accidentally put it on backwards at first because I couldn't remember how I put it back on. See, there's that switch right there. I had to put back on to right there in the center where the screws are. So I'm now deciding to put the screws back on. I put some of that anti-seize grease on it, so that way it'll keep the screws from seizing up due to the weather and all that. Oh, this is another success story in the books. Thank you all for watching so much, and I hope you enjoyed my videos. And I'm sorry that some of my videos suck, but I hope you enjoy them. Keep on watching. Thank you all. You all have a great day.